these tourists had been expecting. Tens of thousands are now stranded in this flooded city as the government arranges emergency flights to get them home. The streets are full of filthy water, which has dredged up other dangers too. Crocodiles like this one have been hampering relief efforts, which are already struggling to cope with the scale of the problem. Across the city, people are trying to find clean food and water. Patricia Alcaraz says they were told the authorities would help. So far, she says, we've seen no one at all. But elsewhere in western Mexico, the problems are worse. There are more than 80 dead so far. That number is expected to rise. Landslides have been reported in several areas and are feared to have killed at least 58 in a single village north of Acapulco. Bridges and roads have been washed away in some places, making it difficult to get supplies to communities cut off by the deluge. At least 250,000 people have been affected so far, and as the hurricane moves slowly north, thousands more are under threat. Richard Lister, BBC News.
Very difficult situation. There are thousands of tourists still trapped in Acapulco, but not just the tourists. Obviously there are many more remote communities up in the hillsides of states like Guerrero and Michoacan where we really don't know what the full scenario is up there. And of course that's just one side of the double-headed sort of situation that's going on with Mexico at the moment. The storm that's battering the Pacific side of the country, Manuel, has caused this situation in Acapulco, but on the eastern coast the hurricane Ingrid has hit, and that's causing similar problems over there. So it's a very, very difficult picture at the moment. A lot of Mexicans are very, very good at sort of dealing with these situations because they've been through them before. But that said, this is the worst situation with two tropical storms hitting at the same time since the late 1950s. So it's been the worst kind of severe weather for decades, really. And I think the authorities, while doing what they can and trying to rise to the occasion, are just struggling with the sheer size of everything, really. So the fear is that as these more remote communities are reached, that the number of dead may rise in the coming days.